So, hello students. Today we will see scenario in MS Excel. Now let's see what is scenario and how this feature of MS Excel can help you in cost analysis situation in your practical life. So, scenario manager is a collection of digital tools that allow a user to create, analyze and compare data results in different business situation. So it can save a set of values for different situation and can substitute automatically on your worksheet. So basically scenario is a feature in MS Excel which help us to set different set of values for different situation, and we can store it and we can fetch the data into our worksheet based on the situation we want to compare and analyze a cost of a particular product. Now let us see practically how this feature of MS Excel help us to solve various types of situation. So here in my MS Excel worksheet, there is a question or problem given, and it says that an electronic company's laptop producing details are given below. Perform the cost analysis in MS Excel using scenario tool to find the total profit which can be generated at different market situation. So here is a situation given, and the situation is the an electronic company is there which produces a laptop, and its different situations, production capacities, like rates of different market situations are given. Now you have to calculate the total profit which can be like generated by a particular company at different market situations. Now here if you see some hints are given. In the hint, first point says that total production plant equals to 15. That means there are 15 plants are there all over the world of that particular company where they produces uh, the laptops. Now it says that capacity per plant. That means in each capacity, how many quantities of laptop or how many units of laptop can be produced at one given point of time. Say consider in a month. So it is 1500. That means every plant, there are 15 plant. Each plant can produce 1500 units of laptop at any given like point of time, maybe a month. Then third point says that total expenses. Now, while producing the laptop, there will be definitely some expenses. Now, what is the expenses? Total expenses means equals to production cost per unit multiplied by total production. So, total expenses to produce this 1500 of units of the laptop will be the production cost of per unit multiplied by total production. So one unit, the cost of one unit will be multiplied by total production, total how many units can be produced. That if you multiply, then you will get the total expenses. Then what will be the MRP? What will be the MRP of the product? MRP of the product will be the production cost plus 5% incentive. So the production cost of one unit, along with that the company wants to retain 5% of benefit. So for one unit's MRP, the company will calculate that whatever the production cost will arise, and on that production cost the company will add 5% incentive, and that will company like display as MRP to sell the product in the market. Total revenue, that means what is the total collection of the company by selling the total units of the laptop. So it is MRP multiplied by total production. So if whatever the MRP is calculated by adding 5% of incentive, if that MRP is multiplied by total units produced, that will be the total revenue of the company. Now out of the revenue, you have to calculate total profit. How the total profit will be calculated? If total revenue that is earned by selling the total units of the laptop, if you subtract total expenses incurred while producing the laptop, that will give you the total profit. So whatever amount you are earning selling all the units of the laptop at given MRP, From there, if you subtract the expenses, the total expenses which was incurred for producing the laptop, that will give you the total profit, your total profit. So these are the few hints or the constraints or the conditions are given. And now we have to analyze the profit of the company. So in the right hand side you can see the rates of different expenses are given. So here you can see in the laptop production cost analysis there are some expenses are given. Like expenses means since the company is producing laptop, then company has to purchase or the produce processors, company has to purchase or produce RAM, then motherboard, then hard disk, then display, then there will be some labor charges. Including all the expenses, the company will get the total cost per unit. That means what is the cost of per unit, what is the cost of producing per unit, that will be that can be calculated here by adding all these expenses. Okay, for this kind of complex situation, the scenario manager will help us a lot. So first of all, what we will do, I have to calculate, or we have to calculate that total unit produced. So what will be the total unit? As we know that it is mentioned already that the company has 15 plants and each plant can produce 1500 of units. Then what will be the total units produced? Then 15 multiplied 1500 definitely will give the company's total units produced. So here I will calculate total units produced, that is 15 multiplied 1500. So here you can see that means a company can produce total 22,500 units. Now this is the total units you have calculated. Now what you have to do is you have to calculate the other like cost and expenses, then find the profit, MRPs and all. Now, so total cost means what? This is the total cost per unit. The total cost per unit will be the sum of the cost of or the expenses of all different like all different factors, all different like parts that you are purchasing, like processor, RAM, motherboard, hard disk, display, and labor. So adding all these expenses, that will show you the total cost. So here what I will do, we can write a function called sum, sum, and the cell addresses of these cells. So in this cell what happened, in this cell it will give you the uh, sum of all the expenses. So it will come your total cost. Since we have not given any values here, so it is showing here blank. So suppose in case moderate values, the moderate value if I display here, then you will find the total cost is automatically displayed here, and it will come here the MRP also adding 10% of like profit. Sorry, here I have given the 10%, but here condition it was given 5%. So I'll make some changes in the formula here, make it suppose 5%. So this is the 5%. Okay, since here already like formulas are set, so that is why it is automatically coming here, but I'll show you. So this is the total cost of per unit by adding all the expenses, processor plus RAM plus motherboard plus hard disk plus display plus labor. So adding all these expenses here, 13,900 is the cost of producing one unit of the laptop. Now what will be the MRP? What is said here, MRP is production cost plus 5% incentive. So production cost means this is 13,900. So on 13,900, if you add 5% incentive, that will give your total MRP. So to do this, here is the formula I have typed, C19, which is the cell address of the total cost, plus C19's 5% plus C19 multiplied by 5%. So that will give you the 5% of C19, and it will add with the C19 value. This will be the MRP adding 5% profit. Now here in the right hand side, three more cells I have written. Number one said that total revenue, then total expenses, and total profit. Now what is the total revenue? Total revenue, here you can see total revenue equals to MRP plus total production. So total revenue means how much revenue company is earning after selling all the units, after selling 22,500 units. So that will be calculated by multiplied MRP multiplied total production. So what is the MRP? 14,595. So 14,900 595 multiplied by total production. What is the total production? Total production is 22,500. So if you multiply this value and that value, this will give you the total revenue here. Now what is the total expenses? Here you have to calculate the total expenses. Total expenses says production cost per unit multiplied by total production. So total expenses will be production cost of per unit. What is the total production cost of per unit? This is the total production cost of one unit, that is 13,900. So this is the cost of one unit multiplied by how many unit you have produced, 22,500. So if you multiply these two value, then you will get the total expenses of the company to produce this much of laptop. So this is the cost for company, and this is the company have like earned after selling the entire product. Now what is the profit of the company? So profit of the company will be if you minus expenses from total revenue. So this is the total revenue earned and this is the expenses. If you subtract this, then this is the amount which company earned as a profit. So this is the profit at this given rates, with this given rate, which is during the moderate business season. Now I have to compare that what will be the cost during the low business and high business. This situation, we can use scenario manager of MS Excel to determine the cost of per unit, then MRP of the per laptop, then total revenue, total expenses, and total profit of the company based on three different business situations. Now let us go to scenario manager and see how this tool will be helpful to solve the situation of the given problem. So you have to click on data tab. So inside the data tab you will find what if analysis scenario manager. So scenario manager is here. Now first of all, what you will do, you will have to add the scenario for different situations. So click on add button. So first it will ask you to assign the name of the scenario. Suppose I'll assign here high business. Okay, now changing cell. Which cell will be changed when the high business will be there? So cell will be changed the rates of the different expenses. That means the processor, RAM, motherboard, hard disk, display, and labor. So these are the cells will be changed. Its values will be changed. So here in the changing cell option, we have to assign the address of the cell. So just you can click on the first cell and you can drag it. You will find all the cell addresses of the processor, RAM, motherboard, hard disk cost will appear here. These are the cell addresses. Now click on OK button. Here it will ask you to assign the value of this scenario situation. So in this scenario situation, what will be the value in C13? C13 cell means the cost of the processor. So in the moderate cost of the processor was 6,500, but in case of high business, it will be 6,900. RAM cost will be 1,500. Third cell, which is the motherboard's high business cost is 2,250. Then comes your fourth cell, that is the hard disk cost will be in case of high business 2850. Then will be your display, that is 1,500. And lastly the labor cost will be your 600. Once it is done, then you will click on OK button. Then your high business scenario is added. Now you have to create another scenario for low business and click on add button. Now here can you add scenario name as suppose low business. The cell address is automatically taken C13 to C18. You can also drag and you can leave it. It is already taken here. You can drag. You can see the C13 to C18 is already taken. Click on OK button and again you have to assign the values for low business situation. So in case of low business situation, your cost of processor is 5,500. RAM cost is 1,000. Your motherboard cost is 1,650. Your hard disk cost is 2,150. Your display cost is 1,050. And your labor cost is 400. So these are the rates for low business situation. Click on OK button. Your low business situation is also created here. Now you have to create a scenario for moderate business. Now again click on add button and here you name this scenario as moderate business. Now cell addresses are given already taken, since in the previous scenario which we have created we have assigned the cell addresses. So MS Excel remembers those cell addresses and it is automatically taken here. Click on OK button. Now you assign the rates. Since this rate is already we have provided here for demonstration, so these rates are already taken here. So you can just click on OK to add it also. Okay, you can see the first cell it is given 6500, second cell is 1300 is given, third cell is 2000, that is for the motherboard given, fourth cell is 2500, that is also given, then 1200, then 400 is already there. Click on OK button. Your third business situation is also created. Now, once your scenario is defined, now we can analyze the cost. Suppose I want to see that what will be the total profit of the company when the business season or business situation is very high. Then click on the high business and click here. You can see the show button. When you click on show button, you can see the rates here for each cell has been changed according to the high business condition, and you can see the total cost is different. MRP is this much, 16,380. So at this rate, company will generate this much of revenue, company will have this much of expenses, and company will earn this much of profit. That means 1 crore 75 lakhs and 50,000 profit company is earning when the company's business is going through the high season. What if the company's business going through the low season? That means very dull business is there. Now select the low business option and click on show button. So in case of low business, your cost also is coming down and your MRP is this much, 12,337. And at this like MRP, company is earning this much of revenue and company's expenses also this much, and company is earning total profit of this much amount. So in case of moderate business, again you click on show button, it will show you the moderate business situation. This is the moderate business, this much is MRP, this is the total revenue, this is the expenses, and this is the profit. So this way scenario manager can help you to analyze the cost of a product at different situation. So you have to create scenario, you have to add the values of different constraints, different like situations, and you can add it, and whenever you wish you can see. Now once your scenario is created, now you want to see the summary. You want to see a summary that in one particular page you want to see all the business situations and all the like profit and loss and expenses, everything together. Then you can click on this summary button. So here is the summary button given. Click on the summary button. It will ask you result cell, in which cell it will display. So result cell is basically this is the total profit, this is the profit cell. That means this is the cell which shows the total profit. Now click on OK button. So it will create another sheet here with the name scenario summary, and here you can see in a very descriptive manner, in a detailed manner, it is show you that all three business situations and its profit and loss. So this way we can use scenario manager in MS Excel to sort out the like problems of different like situations in the business. Thank you.